Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel, Top Coin, where we dive deep into the fascinating world of coins, currency, and collectibles. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Today's episode is going to blow your mind. We're exploring a small but potentially very valuable piece of American history. That's right. We're talking about the 1971 $quarter coin from the United States of America. At first glance, it might look like just another ordinary coin you'd find in your pocket or change jar, but trust me, there is so much more to it. Some of these coins are worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars today, so grab a seat, maybe even grab your coin collection, because we're about to break down everything you need to know about the 1971 quarter, its design, its history, its rarity, and how much it's worth on today's collector market. You might even want to pause this video and check your loose change. Let's rewind the clock to the year 1971. The United States was going through an exciting time, culturally, politically, and economically. The Vietnam War was still ongoing, the civil rights movement had sparked major change, and technology was beginning to evolve rapidly. In the middle of all that history, the United States Mint continued its job, striking coins for circulation, including our star of the show, the 1971 Washington Quarter. This quarter is part of the well-known Washington Quarter series, first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first President of the United States. The original design was created by sculptor John Flanagan and has become a classic in American numismatics. But the 1971 version of the quarter comes with its own unique stories and quirks. While it's not a silver coin, since the US stopped making silver quarters for circulation in 1965, it still holds significant collector interest. Let's take a closer look at the design of the 1971 Washington Quarter. On the obverse, or front side, of the coin, we have the iconic profile of George Washington. His bust is clean and noble, facing left. Above his head is the word Liberty, and just below his chin, you'll see the national motto, In God We Trust. At the very bottom, you'll find the year, 1971. It's simple, elegant, and truly American. On the reverse, or back side, we see the eagle, wings spread wide, clutching a bundle of arrows, a symbol of military preparedness, standing above an olive branch, symbolizing peace. Above the eagle is the phrase, United States of America, and just beneath that, E pluribus unum, which means, out of many, one. At the bottom is the denomination, $quarter. Now here's where things get interesting. Even though millions of these coins were minted, some are worth much more than face value, and we're about to explore WHY. In 1971, the Washington Quarter was minted at two primary locations, Philadelphia and Denver. Coins from Philadelphia carry no mint mark, while those struck in Denver bear a small D beneath the eagle on the reverse. In total, the U.S. Mint produced over 258 million quarters in 1971, Philadelphia, over 109 million. Denver, about 258 million. But here's the catch, not all quarters are created equal. Some 1971 quarters are extremely rare due to errors, variations, and condition. Let's talk about error coins. These are the jackpot finds in the coin collecting world. In 1971, several known errors occurred, and they can be worth a lot of money if you find one. Some 1971 quarters were struck off center, meaning part of the design is missing or shifted. Depending on how far off the strike is, and how much detail is visible, these can be worth $50 to several $100s. A double die obverse, DDO, or double die reverse, DDR, occurs when the coin is struck twice due to a misalignment. These coins show doubled letters or numbers, especially in the word, Liberty, or the date, 1971. These can sell for $100 to over $1,000 depending on clarity and condition. In some rare cases, a 1971 quarter was struck on a dime planchet, or even a foreign coin planchet. These are extremely rare and highly sought after. Some examples have sold for over $2,000 at auction. Coins that were improperly cut or have cracks in the metal from the die can also be valuable, especially if the error is dramatic. These can range in value from $30 to several $100s. Many people mistakenly believe the 1971 quarter might be silver. But let's clarify. By 1971, circulating quarters were made of copper-nickel clad, not silver. That being said, some era coins have been discovered that were accidentally struck on leftover 40% silver planchets, originally used for Kennedy half dollars. These are extremely rare. But if you think your coin might be silver, try a few simple tests like the ping test, magnet test, or better yet, get it professionally graded or appraised. Condition is everything in coin collecting. A worn-out 1971 quarter is worth, well, a quarter, 25 cents. But a mint-state example, especially one graded MS65 or higher, can fetch $10 to $50 or more. A 1971D quarter in MS67 condition has sold for over $1,200 at auction. Why? Because there are very few examples in such pristine condition, especially with full luster, sharp details, and no blemishes. If you think your coin might be valuable, consider submitting it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Grading gives your coin a certified grade and encapsulates it in protective plastic, increasing both trust and value on the market. As of now, in 2025, the collector market remains strong, especially for rare and high-grade coins. Here's a rough breakdown of 1971 quarter values based on condition. Circulated, common condition 25 cents to $1.00, mint state MS60, MS64, $5 to $25, MS65, MS67, $50 to $500, MS67 with exceptional quality or rarity, $1,000 plus major error coins, $100 to $5,000, depending on the type and severity. If you want to find valuable 1971 quarters, here are a few tips. Check your change. Rare coins still pop up in everyday circulation. Visit coin shows, estate sales, and flea markets. Look for coins with sharp details, no scratches, and unusual features. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to inspect closely. Join online forums and communities to learn from other collectors. And remember, collecting is not just about money, it's about history, passion, and the thrill of discovery. So, there you have it, the full story of the 1971 $quarter coin. From its historical roots to potential riches, this little coin has a story that's much bigger than its size. Who knows? You might have a mini treasure sitting in your coin jar right now. If you enjoyed this deep dive, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe for more amazing coin stories, and leave a comment below. Have you found any rare quarters? Do you have a 1971 quarter with an error? Let's talk about it. Today, we're going deep into the story of a coin that many people overlook every single day, the 1980 United States $quarter. That's right, this little piece of metal you might toss into a vending machine could be worth much, much more than 25 cents. Some of these coins have sold for hundreds, even thousands of dollars. And in this video, we're uncovering everything: the fascinating history, the coin's features, the rare errors, and exactly how much these coins are going for in today's hot collector market. So grab your coin jar, because what you find might just surprise you. Let's start with the history. The 1980 United States quarter belongs to the Washington Quarter series, which began all the way back in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. The obverse of the coin features the iconic profile of Washington himself, originally sculpted by John Flanagan based on a famous bust by French sculptor Jean-Antoine Houdon. This design has become one of the most recognized in American numismatics and has endured through decades of American coinage. In 1980, the Washington quarter was in full production as part of the standard circulating coinage. But this year is especially interesting because it marked a transitional time in U.S. coin minting. Just 6 years earlier, the mint had fully transitioned from using silver in quarters to a copper-nickel clad composition, due to the rising cost of precious metals. By 1980, this newer composition was firmly established, but certain striking issues and mint errors make the 1980 quarter a surprising standout. Let's take a closer look at the design and specifications. The obverse features George Washington's bust facing left, with the word Liberty above. In God We Trust on the left, and the date, 1980, at the bottom. The reverse of the coin shows the eagle perched with wings spread, clutching arrows, with United States of America arching above and E pluribus unum beneath that. Below the eagle is the denomination, $quarter. The metal composition is copper-nickel clad, which means it has a pure copper core and a top and bottom layer of copper-nickel alloy. It weighs about 5.67 grams and has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters. But not all 1980 quarters are the same. And now we're getting to the good stuff. In 1980, the U.S. Mint struck quarters at 3 different facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia Mint used a P Mint mark for the first time in U.S. history on quarters in 1980. Yes, you heard that right. The 1980 quarter was the very first quarter ever to bear the P Mint mark, which makes it historically significant for that reason alone. So you might find these mint marks: 1980p, minted in Philadelphia; 1980d, minted in Denver; 1980s. These were proof coins minted in San Francisco. Let's talk numbers. Over 635 million quarters were struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Denver pumped out over 518 million. San Francisco made around 3.5 million proof coins. These are struck with extra care and sold to collectors. Even though those numbers seem huge, condition and unique characteristics play a massive role in value. Now this is where your ears should perk up. Some 1980 quarters are worth far more than their face value due to rare errors and unique varieties. Some 1980 quarters were struck off-center. These errors happen when the coin blank isn't correctly aligned in the press. Depending on how far off it is, and how visible the date and design elements are, these can be worth $50 to $300 or more. These are coins that were struck with misaligned or doubled dies. Doubling on the lettering, date, or mint mark can skyrocket the coin's value. Some known double die obverse, DDO, coins from 1980 have sold for over $250 on occasion. A coin is struck without its outer nickel layer, leaving only the copper core. These reddish-looking error coins are fascinating to collectors and can go for hundreds of dollars. Broad-struck coins are those that were struck without a collar, making them appear stretched. And in rare cases, some 1980 quarters were even struck on the wrong planchet, such as a nickel or foreign coin blank. These anomalies can fetch prices between $500 and $1,500 or even more depending on condition and rarity. Even though these were never intended for circulation, if you find a proof 1980s coin that somehow got out, it could hold extra value. In ultra-high grade, these coins can reach $10 to $75 depending on condition. As with all coins, condition is everything. Coins are graded on a 70-point scale known as the Sheldon scale. A coin in average circulated condition might be worth only face value. But a coin graded mint state 65 or above, especially with no scratches, full luster, and sharp details, can bring serious premiums. For example, a 1980p quarter graded MS67 has sold for over $1,200 at auction. A 1980D quarter in MS66 condition can sell for around $150 to $300. Rare error coins in uncirculated or high grades can explode in value depending on demand and uniqueness. The coin market is very dynamic. Right now, there's a growing interest in modern error coins and high-grade examples of otherwise common dates. Collectors are increasingly paying more for pristine 1980 quarters and especially those with error features or strong strike characteristics. On sites like eBay, heritage auctions, and great collections, sales of 1980 quarters have recently ranged from $5 to $20 for lightly circulated coins in nice condition, $50 to $300 for certified mint state coins, $200 to $2,000 plus for error coins or MS67 plus examples with full strike. And I appeal, if you have a 1980 quarter, flip it over. Check for that P, D, or S mint mark. Look closely for any doubling, off-center strikes, or unusual features. And if it looks pristine, especially if it has full luster and no wear, you may want to consider sending it in for professional grading. If you think you've got something special, don't rush to spend it. First, store it in a safe, dry place, preferably a coin flip or holder that protects it from scratches. Then take detailed photos and compare it with certified examples online. You can also bring it to a local coin dealer or send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. A professionally graded coin always sells for more than a raw one. Online platforms like eBay, heritage auctions, and Facebook coin groups are great for selling if you have something valuable. But remember, condition, rarity, and presentation will make or break the sale. So there you have it, the 1980 United States quarter, a common coin with some uncommon secrets. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just someone checking their pocket change, this is one coin you'll want to look out for. It's a piece of history, a potential hidden treasure, and proof that even everyday objects can carry extraordinary value. If you found this video helpful or eye-opening, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe for more numismatic content, and ring the bell so you never miss a chance to discover hidden coin treasures. Drop a comment below. Have you found a rare 1980 quarter? Got questions about your coin? I'd love to hear your stories. If you've ever walked past spare change or tossed a coin into a drawer without giving it a second thought, this video might just make you dig through your old stash right after watching. Because today, we're diving deep into a very special coin, the 2001 United States quarter dollar. Yes, that simple little quarter could be worth a lot more than just 25 cents. In fact, some of these coins have fetched hundreds, even thousands of dollars at auctions and in private sales. So stay with me, because we're about to uncover the incredible story, the valuable secrets, and the current market value behind the 2001 quarter. And you won't believe how much money some people are making from a coin you might already own. Let's rewind time to the early 2000s. The year is 2001. The world is rapidly changing, but in the world of American coinage, something truly unique is happening. The U.S. Mint is well into one of its most ambitious and successful programs ever launched, the 50-State Quarters program. This incredible initiative began in 1999 and ran all the way through 2008, releasing 5 new state quarters every year in the order that each state ratified the Constitution or was admitted into the Union. Now, in 2001, 5 states were honored on the reverse of the quarter: New York, North Carolina, Rhode Island, Vermont, and Kentucky. Each of these coins featured stunning designs that celebrated the unique culture, geography, and history of each state. But as we're about to discover, not all quarters were created equal. Let's start with the front, the obverse of the 2001 quarter. Like all state quarters in the series, it features a portrait of George Washington, the first President of the United States. His profile, bold and stoic, faces left. This design was originally created by John Flanagan and first appeared on quarters way back in 1932. Above his head, the word Liberty is boldly inscribed. To the left, In God We Trust, and below, the year 2001. But flip that coin over, and the magic begins. Depending on which state quarter you have from 2001, you're looking at one of 5 amazing designs. Maybe you're holding the New York quarter, showing the Statue of Liberty set in front of a detailed outline of the state, with lines indicating global connectivity. Or perhaps it's the Vermont quarter, with maple trees, sap buckets, and a man tapping the tree for syrup, a tribute to the state's sweet heritage. Each design tells a story. Each coin represents more than just money, it represents identity, pride, and legacy. Now here's where it gets really exciting: the rare varieties and minting errors. This is what transforms a simple 25-cent coin into a collector's dream. Some of the most sought-after 2001 quarters are not just rare, they're valuable because of errors, misprints, and mint anomalies that occurred during production. And believe it or not, some of these can turn your everyday quarter into a mini jackpot. Let me give you some examples. There's the famous 2001 P double die quarter. On certain coins minted in Philadelphia, you can find doubling on the letters, especially in the words E pluribus unum, or in the state's name. That doubling can make a coin worth hundreds of dollars depending on its condition and clarity. Then there are coins with off-center strikes, where the image is misaligned during minting. The more off-center it is, the higher the value, especially if the date is still visible. Also, keep an eye out for clipped planchets, broad strikes, and dyed breaks. These are minting mistakes that collectors love. If you come across a quarter that looks unusual, don't dismiss it. It could be worth way more than face value. Another thing to look for: mint marks. In 2001, quarters were minted at 3 locations: Philadelphia, marked with a P, Denver, with a D, and San Francisco, with an S. Now here's a golden nugget. The San Francisco Mint produced proof coins, which are coins made with extra care, sharp details, and mirror-like finishes, usually sold to collectors. If you have a 2001 S-proof quarter, especially in pristine condition and still in its original packaging, it could be worth $5 to $15 or more. But if it's a silver-proof version, yes, they also minted some in 90% silver, it could be worth $20 to $40 or more, depending on demand and condition. Now, let's talk cold hard cash. What are these 2001 quarters worth today in the collector's market? For regular circulation coins, if your quarter is in average condition, it's probably still worth 25 cents. But here's the kicker: if it's in uncirculated condition, with no scratches, no wear, and that original mint luster, its value can jump to $1 to $3, depending on the state and mint mark. A graded coin, one that's been professionally examined and certified by companies like PCGS or NGC, can sell for a lot more. For instance, a 2001 D Kentucky quarter graded MS-68 sold for over $800 at auction. Another example? A flawless 2001 P New York quarter graded MS-69 sold for over $1,000. And if you're lucky enough to have a quarter with a mint error, or a silver-proof version, you could be holding a coin that's worth 10, 20, or even hundreds of dollars. So, what should you do? Here are a few quick tips. Check your change. Always look at your coins before spending them. You never know what might be hiding in plain sight. Look closely for errors. Doubling, misstrikes, and unusual edges could mean big money. Store your finds carefully. Use coin flips or holders to preserve condition. Consider grading. If you find a near-perfect coin, getting it graded could boost its value exponentially. Research: coin values change over time. Use trusted sources and auction sites to stay up to date. So there you have it. The 2001 United States quarter dollar. More than just pocket change. It's a coin with history, variety, and the potential to make you money. Now it's your turn. Go grab that coin jar, pull open your drawers, check your wallets and pockets. Because that ordinary-looking quarter could turn out to be a hidden gem. If you learned something new today, smash that like button, share this video with your coin-loving friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more awesome content on coin collecting, currency history, and how to turn everyday items into treasures. Drop a comment below and tell us, what rare coins have you found? And if you've got a 2001 quarter, let us know which one you have. We'd love to hear your stories. Today, we've got a fascinating one for you. We're diving deep into the world of the 2004 United States quarter dollar. Yes, the quarter you might have just handed to the cashier, or the one sitting at the bottom of your drawer, could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. That's right. Some of these coins are selling for insane amounts in the market, and we're going to tell you exactly which ones to look out for. So if you're into coin collecting, history, or just love a good treasure hunt, make sure to stick around until the very end, because we're going to reveal the specific rare errors and varieties that make these coins skyrocket in value. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you never miss a coin that could change your life. Let's get started. Title on screen: The 2004 Quarter Dollar. Rare coins worth real money. The 2004 United States quarter dollar is part of the iconic 50-state quarters program, a monumental initiative launched by the U.S. Mint in 1999 that ran all the way through 2008. Each year, 5 different quarters were released to honor each of the 50 states. In 2004, the 5 states featured were Michigan, Florida, Texas, Iowa, and Wisconsin. These quarters weren't just coins. They were miniature works of art. They were historical markers. And for some lucky collectors, they became valuable investments. But today, we're going to focus on what makes the 2004 quarters stand out, not just in beauty or symbolism, but in rarity, history, and cold hard cash value. Let's rewind a little. By 2004, the US Mint had already built serious momentum with the state quarters program. Millions of Americans were hooked. Families were collecting coins together, checking their change every day. It was the most successful coin program in U.S. history in terms of public engagement. In that year, 5 states got their own quarter: Michigan, featuring the Great Lakes and the state's outline; Florida, depicting a Spanish galleon, a space shuttle, and palm trees, symbolizing the state's rich history and connection to space exploration; Texas, featuring the Lone Star, a rope border, and the shape of the state; Iowa, a schoolhouse with children planting a tree, referencing the famous Grant Wood painting and the state's commitment to education; Wisconsin. Now this one, folks, this is the one where things get really interesting. Stay tuned, we'll get to that in a moment. Let's talk about the reason you're here. Which 2004 quarters are actually worth serious money? The answer lies in rare minting errors and varieties, and the Wisconsin quarter is the absolute king in this department. Here's what you need to know. The 2004 Wisconsin Extra Leaf Quarters. Yes, the Wisconsin quarter minted in Denver in 2004 is the coin that has blown collectors' minds for years. Why? Because of a bizarre and unexplained mint error that resulted in 2 extremely rare varieties. They are called extra leaf low, extra leaf high. In these rare varieties, there's an extra leaf near the left side of the corn stalk on the reverse side of the coin. That extra leaf should not be there. It's believed to be the result of a die gouge or deliberate alteration at the mint. We still don't know the full story. But here's the kicker: these coins can sell for hundreds to thousands of dollars, depending on condition. A circulated 2004 Wisconsin Extra Leaf High can fetch $150 to $400. A certified, mint state example. Try $1,000 to $2,500 or more in proof-like or perfect coins graded MS67 or higher. Sky's the limit. These have sold for over $6,000 at auctions. Let that sink in. A quarter that cost 25 cents, now worth thousands. Alright, treasure hunters, here's your guide. First, check the mint mark. You want a D, that stands for Denver. Now flip the coin over and examine the left side of the coin. The regular quarter has 2 clean leaves. If you see a weird third leaf, if it looks like it's curving downward, that's the extra leaf low. If it looks like it's pointing slightly upward, that's the extra leaf high. And congratulations, you just found a treasure. You'll want to have it professionally graded by PCGS or NGC to confirm and preserve its value. Many collectors won't pay top dollar unless it's certified. Now let's get into the numbers. How much are these coins selling for in today's market? As of June 2025, regular 2004 quarters in circulated condition are worth face value. Uncirculated or proof versions of any 2004 quarter can be worth $1 to $52004. Wisconsin Extra Leaf Low, between $150 and $1,000,204. Wisconsin Extra Leaf High, between $200 and $1,500. Top graded examples, MS67 or higher, as much as $6,000 plus, and the demand is only growing. More collectors are coming into the hobby. More people are realizing they've had one of these coins for years. And as more coins get damaged or lost, the ones in good condition become even rarer. So what should you do if you think you have a valuable 2004 quarter? Handle it carefully. Use gloves or hold it by the edges. Inspect the details. Use a magnifying glass or coin loop. Check for the extra leaf, especially on Wisconsin D quarters. Get it graded. Consider services like PCGS or NGC. Keep it protected. Use a coin holder, flip, or slab. And remember, if you don't find one today, don't give up. These coins are still out there. In pocket change. In old jars. In forgotten collections. Keep looking, keep learning, and most of all, have fun. So there you have it. The 2004 United States quarter dollar. A simple coin that could be hiding a fortune in your pocket. Who knew that a little piece of change could carry so much history, mystery, and value? If you learned something new or feel inspired to check your change, smash that like button. Leave a comment down below if you've ever found a rare coin or if you're going hunting now. And don't forget to subscribe, because we've got more treasure stories, hidden gems, and numismatic gold coming your way every single week. Could a small coin sitting in your pocket or tucked away in an old change jar be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars? Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 2015 United States $quarter coin. You may think it's just another ordinary piece of pocket change. But what if I told you some of these coins could be hiding secret errors, rare minting mistakes, or low mintage variants that collectors are willing to pay big money for? Stay with me, because this isn't just a story about a coin, it's about history, art, American legacy, and the thrill of discovering treasure in the most unexpected places. In 2015, the United States Mint continued its celebrated America the Beautiful Quarters program, which launched in 2010. This program aimed to honor national parks, historic sites, and significant landmarks in each of the 50 states, plus U.S. territories and the District of Columbia. 5 different quarters were released in 2015, each with its own unique reverse design. They were issued in the following order: Nebraska, Homestead National Monument of America. A tribute to America's pioneering spirit, the Homestead Quarter features a log cabin, water pump, and corn stalks, symbols of life, growth, and independence. Louisiana, Kisatchie National Forest. A dramatic wild turkey takes flight in this design, representing the diverse wildlife and natural beauty of one of the oldest national forests in the South. North Carolina, Blue Ridge Parkway. Graceful curves of a mountain road wind through the Blue Ridge Mountains, capturing the scenic majesty of Appalachia. Delaware, Bombay Hook National Wildlife Refuge. This one features majestic herons in a salt marsh environment. It's serene, elegant, and a favorite among nature lovers and collectors. This coin commemorates the turning point of the American Revolutionary War, with a close-up depiction of a sword being surrendered, a moment that shaped our nation's future. Each of these coins was minted in multiple locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, and some were made for circulation, while others were produced as proofs or special collector editions. But here's where things get interesting. Some 2015 quarters have become highly sought after, not because of the design, but because of what went wrong during production. That's right, we're talking about mint errors. And some of these can turn an ordinary 25-cent coin into a small fortune. Let's take a look at the most valuable and collectible types of 2015 $quarter errors you should keep an eye out for. Double die obverse DDO. Some 2015 quarters feature doubling in the lettering, especially in the words Liberty and In God We Trust. These errors occur when the die shifts slightly during the striking process. Depending on the visibility of the doubling, collectors have paid anywhere from $50 to over $300 for these coins. Off-center strikes. If you find a coin that looks misaligned, maybe part of the design is missing or shifted, you could have a highly valuable error. The more off-center the strike, the rarer and more valuable it is, especially if the date is still visible. Missing clad layer. Some 2015 quarters were struck missing a clad layer, the top nickel coating, exposing the inner copper core. These odd-looking copper-toned coins are extremely desirable. Prices range from $150 to well over $500 depending on condition and completeness. Die cracks and cuds. Sometimes, parts of the die break down, causing raised lines or blobs of metal on the coin. These are less dramatic but still collectible, especially if they appear in unique places or in conjunction with other errors. Let's talk value. While most 2015 quarters are still worth face value, just 25 cents, coins in mint state condition or with rare errors can command high prices. Some have sold for, get this, over $1,000. Here are some notable recent sales. A 2015 Kisatchie quarter with a major off-center strike sold for $675. A Homestead quarter with doubling on the windows of the cabin fetched over $400. A 2015 Bombay Hook quarter missing a clad layer went for $835 in an online auction. Now, if you're wondering whether your 2015 quarter is worth anything, here's what you should do. Look closely at the coin's condition. Coins in uncirculated or mint state condition are always worth more. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to check for doubling in the lettering and details. Check the rim and edge for signs of missing clad layers or unusual texture. Weigh the coin. If it's too light or too heavy, it might have a composition error. Look up recent auction sales and listings on platforms like eBay, Heritage Auctions, or PCGS to get a sense of market demand. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a curious beginner, the 2015 United States $quarter coin is more than just spare change. It's a piece of American history, a canvas of artistic expression, and possibly a hidden treasure. So the next time you get change from the store or dig through your old coin jar, don't toss that 2015 quarter aside too quickly. You might just be holding a small fortune in your hands. And remember, collecting isn't just about money. It's about discovery, learning, and connecting with the stories that shaped our nation. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of coins, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update on valuable coins, rare finds, and hidden gems in your everyday pocket change. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep checking your change.